Okay, going live. Hello, good evening, everybody. Okay, just let me check.
This is and Dylan is here.
Yes.
Okay.
Just let me double check everything is okay. Okay, yes. Good evening, everybody. Ethan here
evening.
from Investing Note. Hello.
Hi.
Hi everyone.
Okay.
Hello.
Yes, okay. Yes.
Hello.
Hello. Okay,
I'm
just let
Lee.
me do a quick check of everything to make sure that we are on track. Okay. Okay, good evening, everybody. Thanks for joining us for this webinar. So this webinar is actually part of our Kopi Money Challenge, which is a very interactive online event to help you understand more about daily leverage certificates, DLCs. All right. So of course, today we have two special speakers, Marcus from SocGen and also Lynn Nakamori, who is one of our top community members that will be supporting us for a long time, right? So I think without further ado, I'm going to start by talking a little bit about the Kopi Money Challenge first. So just let me share my screen, a very quick one, okay, on how to go to Kopi Money Challenge. So if you can see, if you're already our users, I assume everybody's our user. So if you go to investingloan.com, there's a quick button here. It's called Kopi Money Challenge on the right side. Can you see? On the right side. So all you got to do is just click this, then it will bring you to the Kopi Money Challenge page. Okay, so Kopi Money Challenge has been running for about a week already, and we are in the second week right now. Okay, so we are giving up to 7,000 worth of exciting prizes, which consists mostly of Nespresso premium coffee machines and also vouchers as well. So all you got to do, right, is to participate in all 3 weekly quizzes, and after that, increase your chances by doing the following. Subscribe to the SocGen newsletter. When you click this, there's a form for you to fill in. You get 1 extra chance. After that, you can actually like and comment any of the posts with hashtag Kopi Money Challenge, which means that we have 3 financial influencers, Robin Ho, Lynn Nakamori herself, and also Dan Chang, right? So all of our associated key opinion leaders have already been posting their trades and stuff on Investing Note. So all you got to do is like and comment inside those posts, then you get 2 chances. The third one is actually looking at your past DLC posts, right? Or potential DLC trade that you're looking at. So you get another 3 chances. So all you got to do is come here in this website, events.com, events.investingnote.com, right? Entry point is through Investing Note down here. All you got to do is click this button. On the app is there as well. Okay, so we're currently into quiz 2. And you can visit the SocGen DLC website, right, for more information on what are the correct answers. But judging from what other people have voted, right, usually is the correct answer, right, Marcus? I would say so. Okay, so this there are actually 70 plus people who voted, but for quiz 1, we had 200 plus. So the people, all the questions must be voted. So what we'll do on our side is to track every single vote. Okay, so that you'll be eligible for the prizes. Okay.
And you can also
so when you
participate in quiz 1 right now as well. Even though we're in week 2
yes.
right now, you can still participate in quiz 1. In the quiz 1, over here you can press the select answer button, and then you can also respond to that. So even if you're in week 3, you can still answer quiz 1 and quiz 2. All right.
Yes, so the expiry for all the quizzes will be the 27th of October, the last day. So quiz 3 will be released next week. Okay, so all you got to do is to click here to watch the webinars as well. Okay, so right now we are doing this webinar with Lynn. So next week will be Dan. And last week was Robin. So all you got to do is comment here, right? And to find their posts, of course, you can search for Lynn's name. Then, or alternatively, you can click this link. It will bring you to her profile. Okay. So we are clear on this. Hope you guys can win. So last year, I remember a few people actually won the coffee machine. Okay. So without further ado, I introduce Marcus first, right? From SocGen, and he'll be sharing with you more about DLCs. Marcus, over to you.
I think just a very quick one, Ethan. This on the last part of this page, right? You can find the promotions for the DLCs.
Oh,
So
yes.
currently, Philip Securities and Mumu Singapore are holding DLC promotions on SocGen DLC. So quite attractive. So please do look into it. You can click on the different thumbnails there to find out more information about the promotions. So don't forget that as well. All right.
Yep. So all you got to
Okay.
do is entry point, click the link, and you come here. Okay. So Marcus, over to you.
All right. So I think the part that I want to share about is about the DLCs. Give everyone an introduction about what the daily leverage certificates or DLCs are. So very quick introduction first. My name is Marcus. I'm from Society General. We are the issuer of these DLCs. We've been around for 6 years. We launched the DLCs on SGX back in 2017, and fast forward now 6 years. We have grown from strength to strength, from just 10 DLCs in 2017 to now almost 300 DLCs that we have listed on SGX. All right, so this is a testament to how far we have grown and how strong the adoption has been for the DLCs in the Singapore market. I think it's still quite a niche market. I mean, it's not like shares, it's an instrument that you can use to gain leverage. But we find that more and more investors are looking for such tools to equip their portfolio to manage both, all types of different market conditions, right? Markets are not always rosy, are not always in one direction. There's a lot of volatility in the market, especially in this current period right now. So technical instruments like the DLCs for both long and short directions can be very helpful for you in managing the risk or managing your portfolio as a whole. All right. So it complements your long-term investments on your shares. So these technical instruments can help you a lot. So today, I'm very excited to really and very heartwarming to feel the support from Investing Note, who have been supporting the DLCs and SocGen for the last 6 years. And also another person who has been supporting the DLCs for the last 6 years has been Lynn. She has traded a DLC since the very beginning, and she has, you can say, mastered the skill of leverage trading or trading the DLC. So we invited her to share her experience together with our two other KOLs, our two other trading experts, Robin and Dan, who can really share with you what their experience is trading in the market, not only just on the DLCs, but generally short-term trading. What are the strategies? What are the risks? What are the different kind of personality that you should take note of? So as to help you to be able to navigate the markets. And of course, on DLCs, it's not as simple as trading the shares or trading a DBS share or UOB share where you buy and hold, right? This one is an instrument, it's a derivative instrument that is linked to an underlying asset. So there needs to be a bit of education. You need to learn more about the product, how it works. There are certain nuances about the product that you should be mindful of as well. And I think that's where all this Dan, Lynn, and Robin come to play, where they can really share their experience to help you have a very good experience trading at DLCs. All right. So, but in the next 10 minutes, I'll just do a very quick run through of what the DLCs are and where you can find more information about the DLCs. All right. Let me just share our website. So we have a website on the DLCs. It's dlc.socgen.com. Hope you guys can see my screen. All right. So this is our website, dlc.socgen.com over here. All right. So you can visit our website. Everyone who's trading the DLCs, I really strongly encourage you to come to our website and explore and to use that as a sort of like Bible before you go to your brokerage platform, whether it's Mumu Singapore or whether it's your POEMS platform, to go and trade the DLCs. All right. So the DLCs, you find the information on our website and then you go to your POEMS trading platform or your Mumu trading platform to enter your orders. All right. So this is our website, dlc.socgen.com. Under the education tab, you can find everything you need to know about the DLCs. We have videos, we do have FAQs, etc. For you to learn more about the DLCs. All right. So these DLCs are listed and traded on SGX securities market. All right. So it's a securities product. It's a securitized product that you trade it in the same market on SGX as you would trade your DBS shares or your UOB shares, just that this is a structured product. All right. But we list it on SGX securities market, and it's not a margin product. All right. So when you trade margin products, like for example, CFDs, you would open a separate account to trade the CFDs. There's a margin account, but these DLCs, they are not margin. All right. All right. They're not margin and they are traded on SGX securities market. Okay. So you buy $2,000 worth of DLCs and then you gain that leverage or 5 times leverage exposure to the underlying stock or underlying index. That's it. All right. You won't be margin and you won't face the risk of margin call as well. So that's one of the benefits of DLCs as well. All right, so DLCs, as I mentioned, they are a structured product and it's linked to an underlying asset, whether it's an index or single stocks. So we have DLCs on over 50, 60 underlyings across Singapore and Hong Kong. So we have DLCs on the STI index, the MSCI Singapore index, the Hang Seng Index, Hang Seng Tech Index, Hang Seng China Enterprises Index, as well as the US indices, NASDAQ, Dow Jones, and S&P 500. And we also have DLCs listed on a wide range of Singapore and Hong Kong stocks. So the blue chip stocks, your DBS, Keppel Corp, CD Development, you name it, we have them. Most of the STI constituents, we have a long and short DLC on them with 5 times leverage. On Hong Kong stocks, Tencent, Alibaba, Meituan, we have the same 5 times long and short DLCs listed on them. All right, that tracks their performance. On the index DLCs, we go up to 7 times leverage. So we have 5 times and 7 times leverage on the index underlyings. All right, so DLCs is issued by SocGen and listed on SGX securities market. We are also the designated market maker, which means that we are there to provide liquidity throughout the trading day for investors to buy and sell the DLCs easily. All right, so we are obligated by the exchange to provide liquidity throughout the trading day as long as the underlying exchange is open. And so a common misconception about DLCs is, this DLC doesn't seem to be traded much. For example, we have over 300 DLCs there, so not everyone is actively traded. So some that are not as actively traded, some people might think, oh, there's no liquidity on this, but that's a misconception. All right, because we, as the issuer and designated market maker, we will provide liquidity on the bid and offer volumes throughout the trading day. So you can still buy it and sell it, even though there might not be any turnover or traded value on the DLC that day. All right, so that's our role in the market. We list it, and then we provide liquidity for these DLCs. And the DLCs all come in the form of 2 DLCs, right? 1 long DLC and 1 short DLC. So if you're bullish on the underlying stock like Alibaba, you think Alibaba stock will rise, then you want to buy the long DLC to participate in the upside so that the long DLC will gain in value when Alibaba stock rises. All right, but if you think that Alibaba stock is going to fall, it's going to correct, then you would buy the short DLC to benefit or to benefit from the fall in Alibaba stock price should it happen, because the short DLC will increase in value when Alibaba stock falls. All right, so vice versa, if Alibaba stock goes up, the short DLC will suffer, whereas if Alibaba stock goes down, the long DLC will suffer of the same magnitude. All right, so buy the long DLC if you're bullish on the underlying asset, buy the short DLC if you're bearish on the underlying asset. All right, and then what you get from the DLC is the leverage performance. So with leverage, it's always a double-edged sword. So be careful when you're trading with leverage. That's why we have all these market experts, Lin, Dan, and Robin, to come to provide some guidance as well. All right. So this is a short-term trading instrument. It's not a buy and hold instrument. So please, please do not buy and hold these DLCs for months at end. It's not meant to be a buy and hold product. This is a short-term trading instrument. I would say generally people can trade it for intraday or a few days or a few weeks. But please do not hold this for months at end or even half a year or 1 year. All right. So this is generally a short-term trading instrument and it's only for SIP qualified investors. All right. The DLC I mentioned is a long DLC and a short DLC, right? So there is also another component of DLC is the fixed leverage factor. That's an important feature of the DLCs. Right. So every day the DLC's daily performance as a percentage is equals to the underlying assets daily performance as a percentage times by the fixed leverage factor. So for example, if DBS stock goes up by 1% today, right? Then the long DBS DLC will go up in value by 5%, while the short DBS DLC will decline in value by 5%. Vice versa, if DBS stock falls by 1% today, then the short DLC will rise in value by 5%, and the long DLC will decline in value by 5%. All right, so this happens every day on a close-to-close basis. Every day, the DLC will give you that 5 times or 7 times performance on the underlying assets, daily percentage performance on a close-to-close basis. All right, this happens every day on a close-to-close basis. All right, so this DLC is more linear in terms of its price performance. Underlying goes up 1%, the DLC moves by 5% or 7%. Every day you get that fixed leverage factor. All right, so the DLCs, they come in the form of they have a stock code to it. All right, so every single DLC has a stock code, which is a 4-character stock code. So this DLC, for example, the 10-cent long one is DANW, is the stock code. So you can go onto your broker platform and then you can search for the stock code. It should pull up the counter, and this counter, the name will be over here. the format of the counter name is always starts off with the underlying asset first. What does this DLC track? Does it track the Hang Seng Index? Does it track the Hang Seng Tech Index? Does it track the Tencent stock? All right. So in this case here, this example over here, the underlying asset is Tencent. It's the start of the name, followed by the leverage factor, whether is it 5 times or 7 times, followed by whether is it a long DLC or a short DLC. All right. So long DLC, you put there long, short DLC, you put there short. Followed by SG. SG stands for Society General. We are the issuer of these DLCs. And then followed lastly by the expiry date at the back of the name in year, month, date format. All right. So that is the DLC naming format. Okay. So in all, I think the DLC is quite a straightforward product in a sense that the payoff, if for those who are familiar with leverage and inverse ETFs, this is exactly the same kind of payoff, the same type of payoff as a leverage and inverse ETF. All right. So for those of you who trade the TQQQ or the SQQQ in the US, the ProShares Ultra leverage and inverse ETFs in the US, this DLCs gives you the exact same kind of payoff. All right. You get that fixed leverage factor performance on the underlying assets daily performance on a coast-to-coast basis every day, all the way to maturity. All right. So this is more linear in its pricing, and that's why we believe that these DLCs are generally would be more easier for investors who are looking to gain leverage than an option type product, because an option type product you have so many strike prices, you have implied volatility, you have time decay, you understand option pricing. It can be quite complex for retail investors, and therefore we think that this kind of fixed leverage product like a DLC is definitely perhaps easier to understand for investors out there. All right, but a very, very key important feature that all investors must understand when trading the DLCs is the compounding effect. All right, this is the number one key important feature that I believe that everyone should understand before they trade the DLCs. So you can find the illustrations on the compounding effect over here on the right. So if I click compounding effect, all right, so the compounding effect is it can work for you or against you. Okay, so this compounding effect is a result of its fixed daily leverage factor. All right, every day the leverage is fixed and it's reset daily. All right. So in a strong trending market, like a rising market or a falling market, but it's trending very well, the compounding effect can work very well for you. All right. So this example over here on the left, on day one, the Hang Seng Index is up by 2%, day two is up by another 2%, and day three is up by another 2%. For 3 consecutive days, it's up by 2%, 2%, 2%. Every day, the DLC gives you that 5 times leverage, right? So every day, day one, it gives you that 10%, day two gives you another 10%, day three gives you another 10%. All right. But overall, over the 3 days, the compounding effect kicks in. All right, if you hold it for a period of time. So the Hang Seng Index is up by 6% across the 3 days, whereas the 5 times long DLC is up by 33.2%. All right, so 6% times 5 is 30%, but my DLC is up by 33%. Where did the extra 3% come from? All right, that is because of the compounded gains. All right, the 10% gain on the second day and the third day is off a higher base, right, from the previous day. So your gains are compounded, and therefore in a strong trending market, you will get more than that 5 times performance due to the compounding effect of the compounded gains. All right, so that's one of the beauty of DLCs. If you capture a nice trending market, you will be able to get that compounded gain. But of course, in not so nice trending market or a sideways or volatile market, that's where the compounding effect might not work so well for you. All right, so this example here on the left, Hang Seng Index is down by -3% on day one, -4% on day two, but rebounds on day three plus 9%. Overall, the Hang Seng Index is up by 1.5%, while the 5 times long DLC, every day you get the same performance. -3 times 5, -15% on the first day, -20% on the second day, and the third day plus 45% on the third day. But overall, over the 3 days, the 5 times long Hang Seng Index DLC is down by -1.2%, right? That's because the plus 45% gain on the third day is off a lower base of $1.70. So that's where the compounding effect might not work so well for you if you encounter a volatile market, all right, or sideways moving market. All right, so this compounding effect, you can find more illustrations over here, but it's the number one most important thing that I think everyone should understand about the DLCs before they trade it. And that's why we also do not recommend that this DLC be bought and held for a long period of time because of this compounding effect. Markets don't always move in one direction, all the way up, all the way down in a long period of time. There's such thing as mean reversion. Markets can go sideways in the long run. So you can always mean revert. So therefore, these DLCs are not meant to be bought and held for a long period of time. All right. So that's the main essence of the DLC. Number one is that there's a long DLC and a short DLC. You buy the long DLC if you're bullish on the underlying stock or index. Short DLC if you're bearish on the underlying stock. Buy the short DLC if you're bearish on the underlying stock or index. Number two, every day you get that fixed leverage factor, 5 times or 7 times leverage of the underlying assets daily performance on a close-to-close basis. All right, and then lastly is the compounding effect. If you hold the DLCs for a period of time, every day your gains can be compounded and it can work for you or against you. All right, it can work for you in a nice trending market, but it can work against you in a sideways moving market. All right, so these 3 key points about the DLCs is what I want to start everyone off with. To please go and read up more and understand more about the DLCs, because this is, I would say, the fundamentals of DLCs before you trade them. All right, it's not something that you probably will learn overnight. All right, although I think it's relatively simple to understand the payoff of the DLCs, but not something you can capture overnight. And hopefully, with the help of our trading experts, Lynn, Dan, and Robin, you can steepen your learning curve and get onto the DLCs faster, as well as avoid any costly mistakes. I pray that you avoid any costly mistakes. All right, so that's the education tab. Please look into it for more information. Under the products tab is where you can find the full list of DLCs that we have. Right now we have 285 DLCs that are listed. All right, so today top traded is the Tencent long and short DLCs. So I think Tencent, seems to be in favor today. All right, so to look for the DLC that you want, for example, you want to gain a long exposure, or you're bullish on Tencent stock, for example, right? Then you look for under the underline, you look for Tencent, all right? And then looks like you want to look for you're bullish on the Tencent stock, you look for the long DLC, all right? And then fixed leverage factor, we only have 5 times leverage for single stock, so it's only 5 times leverage. They're all 5 times leverage. So over here you can see, all right, we have 6 long Tencent DLCs. Which one to choose, right? Right, I have a video on this to tell you how to select the right DLC for your target exposure, and I'm sure all our 3 trading experts will share more also about how to locate the right DLC for your target exposure. But for those who are a bit lazy, I would say just look for the red star indicator. All right, red star indicator. If in doubt, just look for the red star indicator. This is the right Tencent long DLC for your target exposure because it is the most sensitive DLC. All right. Just to clarify, all 6 Tencent DLCs will give you that 5 times exposure on Tencent's daily percentage performance. All 6 will give you that 5 times, but these DLCs are all at different price ranges. And one's at 40 cents, one's at 5 cents, one's at 30 cents, one's at 4/10 of a cent. Okay, this one please avoid. One's at 90 cents. All right. So so these ones are at different price ranges. Okay. So when there are different price ranges, one tick or one minimum bid movement is out for a different percentage. All right. So for a given move on Tencent stock, for example, a 1% move on Tencent stock, so that will generate a 5% move on the 5 times long Tencent DLC, right? But 5% is different in terms of the dollar amount at different price ranges. All right. At the 30 cents level or 5 cents level, 5% might not even be one tick, which is 0.01 or 0.005. All right. Whereas a 5% move on a 90 cents DLC or a 40 cents DLC can be a few ticks, a few tick ranges, because one tick as a percentage of $1 or 40 cents is smaller. All right. So you can move more number of ticks for a given move on Tencent for a higher price DLC than a lower price DLC. So for those who are active traders who are in and out, or who want to scalp, I think Dan recently did a scalp trade as well, then you might definitely want to choose a more sensitive DLCs or a higher price DLC. All right. You can see over here, the red star indicator points to DRPW. That's the 5 times long Tencent expiring in 16 July 2025. So year month dated format. It's at 40 cents level. So this is currently the most sensitive DLC for Tencent. But you can see that also, Tencent long DLC DGUW, the stock code DGUW, is at 90 cents, right? So higher price to be more sensitive, right? But we've also included a bit more filters in there. Notice that the expiry date for the DGUW is expiring on 2nd November 2023. So that's very soon. So we cancel that one out, even though it's more sensitive, but it's expiring very soon. So for those who, you want to choose a DLC that is a bit more far expiry, so that you can let your trade play out. You don't want to buy today and then tomorrow expire already, right? So unless you are an intraday trader. But if you want to hold it for a few days or a few weeks, definitely you want some time for your DLC the trade to play out before the DLC expires. So therefore, DRPW is currently the right DLC for your target exposure if you are long on Tencent. All right. So we also have the intrinsic closing value over here, which is published every day. All right. That is published every day. We publish the intrinsic closing value over here. All right. So this is published every day in the evening between 6 to 7 p.m. We will publish the intrinsic closing value of the DLC every day. And this takes into account the overnight fund costs and fees that are deducted from the price of the DLC. All right. So if the DLC, we have an overnight funding cost, which is the same every day. And this dollar amount is deducted from the price of the DLC to give you that intrinsic close for the day. All right. Then the next day, your 5 times performance is based off this last intrinsic close. Okay. So you can see over here in the terms page, you can see our SocGen B&R's volumes, prices over here. Right now market is closed, but these things will move during the day as the underlying stock moves. You can see over here, as well as the terms of the DLC over here. All right. And then you can find the daily cost over here. This is the dollar amount that is deducted from the DLC today. All right. So you can find more information about the terms of the DLCs in the individual terms page. And you can see over here, the DLCs, all the rest of the DLCs are all here. Okay. So you can see over here, the different DLCs. If you're looking for index as well, you can look at, I would say Hang Seng Tech. Hang Seng Tech is actually our most traded index DLCs. It's been very actively traded in the last few months. So I like to feature the DLCs as well on the Hang Seng Tech DLCs. And we can go up to 7 times leverage on this as well. All right. We also do have S&P 500, NASDAQ, and Dow Jones Index over here. All right. So that's the product page. You can find out more information or a full list of DLCs over here, including what's newly launched, what's the expired DLCs. And you can look at our news tab as well. We have a market commentary, a weekly market commentary on the Hong Kong market, as well as our DLC newsletter, which will keep investors updated on new DLCs that are issued, as well as whenever I create a new video for you to understand more about how to trade the US index DLCs. All right. So that's a big quick tour of our website. The last one will be our markets tab. So our markets tab, you can see different insights into the market. We hope to add value to your trading. So on the underlying stocks itself, which are the top gainers, today Comfort was the top gainer. And then you can see the long DLC. Yep, you can see over here, Comfort was up by 5% today. And the Comfort long DLC was up by close to 5%, 5 times that of the underlying stocks movement. So around 25 to 26% up. Okay, so that's where the 5 times performance is. Of course, the short Comfort DLC will have suffered losses of similar magnitude. Right. So check out our market set as well for more insights. But I would say start off with education, followed by looking at our full list of DLCs, and then you can look at our news and market tabs for more insights into the market. All right. Last thing I want to share is definitely our hotline. All right. So we do have a hotline that we offer as a service to investors. If you call our hotline during the day, market hours, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., my team and I are on standby to answer any questions, any feedback that you have on the DLCs. Please do not hesitate to give us a call. We are there during market hours to answer any questions that you have. All right. So I think that's all. I've overshot my timing a bit. But as a quick introduction, you can find more information in our website, dlc.socgen.com. And any questions, you can always post it into the Dan, Lynn's, or Robin's post. You can ask the question there. You can, for the value of everyone, you can understand. Then we will try to answer all those questions so that we can help you to address any questions or any lingering doubts that you have about DLCs. Can be shared with rest of the investing users. All right. So support. Please do like this webinar's video, the post as well, and comment and thank Lynn for sharing. I think what's going to be very valuable insights in the next half an hour. I'm looking forward to it as well. She has prepared a long time for this, apparently a year, across 4 seasons, summer, autumn, winter. She's prepared extensively. Of course, you cannot digest everything in the next half an hour. That's why I really encourage everyone to follow Lynn, follow Dan, follow Robin after this whole Kopi Money challenge, to follow them and just gain from them their experience. Even if you don't sign up for their course or you don't sign up for their training, etc., do follow them as they do regular post a lot of insightful information that can help you on your DLC training journey. All right. So I think that's all for my part. Lynn, time. I think sorry I took a bit of time. Hand over the time now to you for you to share your insight. Thank you.
Hello, Lynn. Are you there? Oh,
Yes.
okay, cool.
Can I start already?
Yes, you can see your screen. Maybe you can press play.
Can I start? Can you see? Can you see
Yes.
the seasons of fun?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. A very good evening to everyone. Welcome to Kopi Money Challenge 2023. It is not easy to come to this 2023 because we need to have 2022 first. And if you remember from investing note, and every morning you always see Kopi Money from me. And I have been sharing this Kopi Money since the last Kopi Money challenge. And it took me 1 year to confirm this skill. And I'm the speaker for today, and I'm Lynn. The theme for this year, the seasons of fun. Okay, this is my disclaimer. Kopi Money Challenge, proudly organized by Investing Note, official sponsor by Sokjan. Okay, so I will briefly walk you through what would you expect for the sharing from me today. So basically, I have 3 parts which link to each other. Yeah, so which I will have my humble beginning, the relationship between Lin's Trading Club and Sokjan DLC. And until now, we confirm that this is a skill everyone must have. And we'll talk about the science and the art. And lastly, the application, because it's a skill. You must see how the application in our daily trading life, which can help us a lot. That is called a skill. Okay, so I will begin with Lin's Trading Club and Sokjan. Okay, today I'm not alone. With me, I have my student. Hello, Dylan. Dylan, where are you?
Hi, Lynn. Hi, everyone. Good evening.
Yeah, so Dylan is a very special student for me because he joined me since the beginning when I started Lin's Trading Club long time ago, 2017. And I met him, the first time I met him in Rochester, Starbucks. And what caught my attention from him is his nickname in investing, Lost in the Wood. So,
Yes.
so the first question I asked him, why you call yourself Lost in the Wood? Then
Yeah.
he said, he lost in the wood, so he need to look for Sifu so that he won't be lost. Yes, Dylan?
Yes. Yep. That's where
So,
I meet Lynn teacher. Yep.
and I told him, you must change your name today. When you see me, you join the club, you won't be lost, don't worry. So today, 6 years already. Can you share with me, do you still lost in the wood?
No more. So with teachers hard effort to guide us. I mean to guide the club members as well as me. It is I'm no longer lost in the woods. So I've actually gained the knowledge on the technical analysis on how to study the chart. Okay, and also with the use of this DOC product I can trade. I wouldn't say is so professionally like teachers, but at least I can actually trade quite comfortably in the market nowadays. Yep.
Yeah, so you see this picture, this is our classroom, and I always
Yes.
walking inside the classroom, carry my cane, right? And I holding my cane, I will scream, don't anyhow press button. You know? You remember that?
Yep. Yeah, exactly. Yes.
Okay.
Teacher was very strict. Yeah.
So Sogjen celebrating 6 years of DLC this year. And Lean Student Club also celebrating 6 years of anniversary. Yeah. So actually we born in the same year. And we are the group actually pioneer we are the one who struggle through the 6 years to master this DLC. And the first I saw the name DLC, Sogjen DLC. I love at the first sight. And I can see from 6 years ago, this skill is actually very high potential. That's why I spent my whole 6 years to learn and to master this. Sogjen DLC put in a lot of initiatives to improve also. So as you can see, all this, Dylan, can you remember during our time, do we have all this?
No, it was quite difficult back then. So there were not much materials on this. Then teacher was very spending a lot of time trying to figure out how she can actually lead us into actually trading DLC, and it was quite a to me it was very new at that time on the concept of how to actually do a long and short if based on the bearishness or the bullishness of the stocks itself. So and teacher has to build up our confidence to actually on the technical part to actually help us to trade or to start trading on using the DLC. So it took me quite some time to so-called to understand how it was how to use and trade on the DLC itself. So it was thanks to teacher spending a lot of effort on this. Yeah.
Teacher also drill you all every day, right?
Yep.
Drill and drill, right? Yeah. So
yes.
I carry my cane. 我拿我的藤条要打你啊. You remember that?
Yes. Teacher
Yeah.
caning everyone.
So actually,
just to clarify, not really cane, right?
So Jen is one of the winner of this structured product. They actually deserve the winning because this product actually Sogjen put in a lot. Marcus put in a lot of effort. For instance, this one, Kopi Money Challenge, is actually a very good education series for all of you. Back then, when we started, there is nothing. And very limited reading material, very limited DLC. And we have hard time to understand the spreading. And there are many issues on top of the market volatility. We still need to manage and to understand DLC. But today, you click the DLC link or you call Marcus hotline. You get everything you can find. Yeah. And also you have strong support from AGX to give you the training. Yeah. So a lot of webinar you can find. But back then during our time, we don't have anything at all.
Yep.
Today, those who learn DLC, today when you started to trade DLC, you are very lucky, really very lucky. Yeah, because we are from the scratch. We know how difficult it was, and we never give up. And until today, and we really thanks that the perseverance from everyone. Yeah. So strong effort to teach and change the way to trade DLC. From there, actually, Lean Trading Club developed Henry's law of momentum, Dylan's law to avoid traps, Kelvin's law of support and resistance, Jolene's law of channel. Dylan, do you find this is very helpful when we apply
definitely.
When we do our DLC trading? Correct.
Yep. These are the few key laws that teacher use every day, every time when doing the trading. Yep.
During the past 6 years, tested and back tested so many times. How much effort, how many charts we all charted to get to the point that we confirm all this law which we can use for DLC. Yeah.
Yep.
You can come to us, we can share with you and we can teach you how to apply all this. So our achievement, Lean Trading Club has the in-depth knowledge to teach. what is our rating? How do you rate Lin's Trading Club? I never do any promotion. I don't have any social media. I don't have any YouTube. The price of the subscription speak for me and speak for the club. It started with 168, 288. And you look at the price, and today it's a 4-figure. The price speak for me, and I don't need promotion, and I don't need to speak anything. Live trading in this world, you hardly see anyone teach trading live, but the rare in Singapore, you have one, Lin's Trading Club. I can teach live trading, and most of the trade I share with you is almost very light. And Kopi Money, you are the witness of how I do my live trading. And I share with you almost every morning, every day. So you are my witness too. DLC is a skill. DLC is a trading skill, which something you need to acquire over time. It's not overnight. Some people take lesser time, some people take longer time. It depends on your learning. So it requires a combination of education, practice, and experience. Many traders start by maybe paper trading, but we have a Kopi Money challenge now. You actually can use big size of fund to develop your skill. So stock trading skill refer to the knowledge, expertise, and ability required to effectively buy and sell a stock in a financial market. Yeah, so this is DLC. We have the theory, your chart, the DLC, which you can find it everything nicely, well established in SocGen website. And also you need to have your theoretically, your emotion control, and practically same thing, charting, DLC application, and your emotion. So I came to this category of DLC and suitability. In SGX, DLC, SocGen is the best. You cannot think DLC, think SocGen. It is not one DLC fits for everyone. You have to choose what is suitable for you. You cannot say this person can earn a lot of money from Hang Seng, I must follow him. No, cannot. You have to know yourself, your personality, what style you are good at, your strength and your weaknesses, and you choose what is suitable for you. So also depending on your employment, are you a full-time or a part-time, or you are a retiree? So, and also your trading knowledge. So that is how you choose suitability of DLC, because not, as I mentioned to you, it is not one fits all. So if you are a full-time trader, maybe you're a retiree, a part-time housewife, financial pro, or you are part-time, So all these people actually you can choose based on SocGen 3 big group, go by the market, US, Singapore, and Hong Kong. Full-time trader can trade everything because you have all the time and you can monitor the market. But some part-time trader, I would suggest you choose Singapore DLC based on our 6 years experience. Yeah, so unless you are really a pro, you can, or you like Hong Kong or this, yeah, you can. Depending your own capability. But if you are really a part-time, I would say Singapore DLC are the best. Yeah. You can watch my video. I have 2 videos I put up this week, which is, you can see how friendly Singapore DLC.
Singapore underlying DLCs, right, Lin?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So the Singapore stocks are generally not as volatile as the Hong Kong stocks, lah.
Right.
So they tend to be a bit more trending, also a bit more, maybe when it goes into a certain pattern, it's a bit more predictable.
Yes.
So maybe that's where like a DLC really can also give you the full potential in a strong trending market. So that's why I think maybe Singapore underlying. Yes, I agree with you, Lin. For Singapore underlying DLCs, maybe it's for some more people who just started on DLCs. Try that, trading the DBS DLC or the Capital Corp or the Sembcorp DLCs. Even though it
Singtel,
is,
Singtel.
Singtel, even though it's not as volatile, but it can still give you quite good returns if you hold it for, if you capture a nice trend in the market. For the Hong Kong stock underlying DLCs, definitely they're more volatile. They can move 4-5% times by 5, 20%, 30% in a day. So that might not be for everyone in terms of their risk appetite. So yeah, I mean, it depends. Yeah, like I didn't say not one DLC fits for everyone. You choose the DLC that and the underlying asset that actually fits your trading style. Yeah.
I just wanted to cautious one DLC, SIA. As I mentioned to you, SIA, now we have a geopolitical tension. We have this Hamas, the Israel-Hamas war, and we have these conflicts, and we can see the risk of terror attack. So I just wanted to cautious everyone on SIA. Yeah, this is just a cautious. Okay, so come to the practical part. I have a friend actually got a problem with REITs. So I wanted to help him. This is his name is Mr. B. How I help him to exit his position which he stuck in his portfolio without losses. Let's see how this DLC, this skill help a REITs investor. Okay, so Mr. B actually like Maple Industrial Trust a lot. Yeah, so you see, so this is what he explained to me So he bought it at 250, 3,000 shares. Yeah, 3,000 shares. Yeah, so this one is his entry. So he's quite happy because yeah, they rebounded. But unfortunately, we have so many problems with interest rate, geopolitical tension, uncertainty, economy, China. So the maple tree industry actually didn't perform well. So he, in the end, decided to cut loss. So he cut loss. Stop loss. Yeah. So stop loss at 220. So he stop loss already. So he said he want to try DLC. And as you know, I quite like Hong Kong Hang Seng Tech. Hang Seng Tech. So he actually stop loss on the 5th of August. So I was actively trading Hang Seng Tech during that time. So this is what I do. Yeah. So August 20. So this is the losses. You can see his losses. So DLC can help you to recover the losses. Let me show you. And Kopi Money is the tool and it's a skill to help you. You must learn. So you can see all these many Kopi Money. Yeah. So this is how I based on my Kopi Money challenge using my entry and exit. So he is using his balance of fund after he cut loss and he traded. So the first trade, profit. The second trade also follow me, the same entry and the same exit. Profit. The third, the fourth. So StockGen DLC offer the help and successful. See, stop loss on the 5th. So after that, 10, 15, on the 15, on the 16. So initially, he got the losses in less than 10, how many days? So it's quite short only, from 5th until 16. Yeah. Instead of losses, he made a gain of 200. Can you see all the numbers here? It's all from, you can refer to investing note for all the trade I traded, the entry and the exit, and he applied to his fund and he trade accordingly. Every time he buy 10 lots, 10 lots, and 10 lots, and 10 lots. So I have proven to you this is the skill, and this skill actually can help a lot of people in a lot of things. Yeah. And also, Kopi Money is something for you to gain some extra money every day.
Wow, very nice,
Only
Lynn.
yes.
Okay,
Only
Lynn, I got one question for you.
Yes, yes.
What are
yes.
you looking at now? I think it's on everybody's, all the audience's mind as well, because I think I follow your post, and you recently shorted the S&P 500, right? DLC.
Yes.
I mean, you
Yes.
bought the DLC short for S&P 500. Yeah. So
Okay.
what are you looking at, and what's
So-
your opinion of the market?
For S&P, I would like to ask Dylan. Dylan, can you say something about S&P? Okay, actually, we have a Zoom meeting almost every evening lah. So actually, we are very bearish with S&P. Dylan,
Yep.
S&P. You
Yeah,
remember the chart?
S&P, yes. Previously, earlier on, when it formed the double top, in I think in 2008, there was a crash. Okay, now, for S&P is also forming another double top. So which is a bearish.
Can I exit already? I can show now if you want.
No, please go ahead. Yeah.
Okay,
Lynn.
so I finish. Okay, conclusion is very simple. I still finish with this answer. The
No
conclusion
problem.
is very simple. Yeah, so you just need trading need hard work. DLC is a skill which can help you to make extra money. Yeah, so this one is double confirmed after our 6 years of practice. You need a lot of practice in order to build your confidence. And if you are confident, you don't have any problem with any DLC. Okay? So you don't need to be smart. You just need to be disciplined, patient, perseverance, hardworking. Trade with a plan and plan your trade. Thank you. Okay, so I stop here. So I share with you S&P. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
I think
So
while Lynn shares the screen for her S&P trade, I think Lynn credited a lot to SocGen in terms of our DLCs, and I'm very heartened by it. We're very heartened that Lynn has found that our SocGen DLCs as an efficient and useful tool for her to trade the market. I think that's really very encouraging to see actually people on the ground, investors benefiting from the DLCs that we've listed on SGX. But I think a lot of the credit really goes to Lynn. I mean, it is a skill that she has developed, and she's sharing with her followers and her community. And I think the number one thing is not just perseverance or this, it's really consistency. Consistency is the number one thing that I think Lynn has really mastered, and is training her community to develop as well. Consistency, you can see that her trades, you don't aim to make a windfall profit over one trade. You don't earn like $2,000, $3,000, $50,000 in one trade to profit. You don't aim to profit the kind of amount, but you aim to profit. That is the key. Consistent profit, even if it's small, Kopi Money, but that can add up. And when that adds up, then that's where you can get that benefit of actually sizable returns. All right. So it's consistency in small trades, so as to manage your risk as well. And I think that's really the hallmark of Lynn's trading strategy. And I think that has served her well. And because the trades are smaller in sizes, all right, and she does quite a bit of active trading, quite a lot of trades within 10 days, you will need an instrument that is efficient. All right. And her holding period, a few hours, a day or 2 days. You need an efficient instrument like the DLCs for you to use as little capital as possible to gain that maximum exposure. All right. And not have to suffer huge amounts of broker commissions or exchange fees. All of that can be better utilized or more efficient by using the DLCs, which allow you to gain exposure to the underlying stock or underlying index with only a fraction of the cost. You put in $1,000, but then you can gain up to $5,000 notional exposure to the underlying stock. And your broker commissions and your fees are all charged on that $1,000 only. Therefore, it's quite an efficient instrument for someone who is as active as Lynn in trading the markets, especially if you're in and out a few times during the day. You want to maximize, find as possible efficient way to trade the markets, and that can come in the form of DLCs. So I think, although Lynn credits DLCs a lot, but I think DLCs is only a tool that helps traders. The real skill or the real contribution is really the consistency and the perfection that Lynn has sought to master in the market, and the discipline. And I think that's really credit to Lynn instead of the DLCs. All right, sorry, Lynn, continue. Go back to you. Sorry.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you, Marcus. Thank you. Okay, so Mr. Tang, come. Live, Mr. Tang.
Yep.
Can you please? Okay, so you do the explain, I do the explain. You explain, Ken?
Okay, can so we're actually looking at the technical analysis. So if you see in 2008 and 2009, so S&P actually formed a double top. Okay, so after this bearish formation, the index actually
Crash.
corrected, crash. Yep. So
Lehman Brother.
Lehman Brother, yes. So the similar formation actually can be found in
It's
our
coming.
Yep, it's coming, yes.
You see?
So we can
you
see there's a ugly double top here.
Correct. It's an ugly one. So actually 3 months ago, 3 months ago, since here we started already aim short, and you can see it's correct. The high is getting lower and lower, and a technical rebound. You just follow this Jolene's law, Dylan.
Yep.
Yes.
Jolene's law. Yep.
Jolene's law. Okay. See, so you trade based on this channel. Short at the resistance, buy at support. Buy, short. You see, that's why you explain to you why I shorted it, and he just hit me correctly for the 2 days. For the past so many days, up, then down, and this the 2 day down I shorted. Why? Because of this. This is the channel. Can you see now? Huh? Yeah. So now consolidate. Consolidate. So here we don't do anything. We wait. Okay. So can she really break out this channel or hit another resistance and trending down again? Yeah. So we have to see from here.
Yeah. So Lynn, I think earlier we were saying that you actually took some profits from your short already. Very fast.
Yes. So
7 times, right? You use it 7 times or you use the 5 times?
7 times.
Wow.
Yeah. Okay, that's why
I like your 7 times.
Yeah, that's why enough profits is 7 times leverage.
Yes,
so
yes.
the 7 times short S&P 500 DLC. Yeah,
Yes.
I think if you trade it one day, you can get some sizable return.
Correct. So here you can see it's a Jolene's law, double bottom, right? Dylan. Now it's going to make another double top. I think triple top.
Triple top. Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, that's it from me. It's end.
Okay, good.
Of my
Any
presentation.
others? Yeah, awesome presentation, Lynn. Any other stocks you're looking at? Not talking about the index.
Okay, so actually I still quite like Hong Kong, China. Even though it's so bearish, even it's so volatile. So now a lot of downgrade. JD, I think JD Morgan or Morgan Stanley downgraded JD.com. I think recently also Baba also get downgraded, right? I think yesterday. Yeah, so now they are under a lot of pressure, but I still quite like them. I like HN Stack. Yeah, so it's you ask me which area I'm looking at. I'm looking at this field, and I am practically quite waiting. I'm waiting for this to happen. I just told
yes.
I just told Ethan. See, this one is coming to the critical support already. Yeah. So we have a lot of uncertainty plus this Hamas, the Israel Hamas so-called war. Yeah. So oil price, all this actually create some tension. Yeah. So and you look at the COVID-19 crash. they actually look alike. They STI moving sideways, trending down, the low, the high getting lower and lower, turn weakness. Yeah, so you can see it's about the same thing also. So it's sideways with no direction, can't make any high. Yeah, so once this 3,000, the critical one is 3,000. Yeah, this is another opportunity. We are waiting. I am waiting. So very simple. STI got 3 banks and heavyweight are the 3 banks. If the 3 bank gone down, STI sure down. If STI down, that means the 3 bank also down. So if you short STI, you have to short the 3 bank as well because they are all together. That is how I put my watch list. Yeah, STI, DBS, UOB, OCBC. If really got something bad happen, yeah, so geopolitical tension, yeah. So I'm ready. My watch is ready. You please quickly go inside their website, look for the best DLC for DBS, OCBC, and UOB shop and STI shop. STI shop I shared with you already. Yeah, so just put in your watch list, standby. That is what we do now.
Yeah, so this is actually highlights another key way that people use the DLC. So I mean, you've seen previous of Linden's trades quite day trading, intraday trading, or maybe whole one day or a few days. But another way that people, swing trading, but another way that people use the DLC so it's hedging. So if you hold a big bag of your DBS, OCBC, UOB stocks, right, as your long-term investment retirement portfolio for the dividends, but if we come here and then you hear Lin saying, okay, possibly there could be downside risk. The banks could correct and STI could correct. You can potentially use the short STI DLCs, whether is it 2 times, 5 times, or 7 times leverage. The short DLCs to sort of gain in value, to profit from a correction in the STI using the short DLC. Or you can also buy the bank stocks directly if you want.
Yes.
But these short DLCs do serve that purpose of, in a way, hedging your long-term investment portfolio. If you think there's going to be an immediate short-term correction in the stocks and in the index. All right, so that's one way that people use it as well. And I think if you're not a day trader, definitely, yes, not for you, you'll be actively monitoring market, it's fine. But for you who are maybe a swing trader, or maybe your horizon is a few weeks, and you have still find it useful to have the DLCs, especially the short DLCs, as a hedging instrument in a face of sort of a short-term correction in the market, and even a strong correction in the market, and use the short DLCs to benefit from it. All right, so I think definitely there's another very important use case for the DLCs, and I think in all, I would say that the DLCs, we are glad that Lin and Dylan and their community have found the DLCs useful. Of course, past performance does not indicate future performance. Everything does not mean that it's rosy. I'm sure Lin has also had losses in the day, but as long as the profits outweigh the losses and you're consistent, I think eventually in the long run you will be profitable, right? So that's the key. And also really hope that the DLC can continue to serve benefit more users out there. Whether it's intraday trading, swing trading, position trading, hedging. Hopefully you'll find that the DLCs can be part of your overall portfolio. And of course, the DLC is definitely, like Lin said, okay, 1 year is quite long, all right? Lin says that it took 1 year for her to master it. But of course, I think with everyone's help, with the amount of content that we have on our website, Songten website, and with Lin's help, I'm sure you can get up to speed on the DLCs faster, and that you'll find it useful for your trading. Of course, leverage trading is just a last word of caution. Leverage trading, especially if 7 times leverage, can be risky. So please exercise your trading discipline, your position sizing. Otherwise, we will come with the peng tiao already. Okay, so make sure you exercise your position. Make sure you have the trading discipline. Your gains are magnified, but as well as your losses are also magnified. So it's important to have that discipline. And to manage your positions well when it comes to trading the DLCs. And of course, sometimes human weakness, you can't do it yourself. Sometimes you really need that tongue tell there to protect yourself. So I mean, do follow Lin. at least follow her post on Investing Note to see how she trades and learn from her, as well as our other trading experts, Dan and Robin as well. I think trading is definitely not it's a lonely thing. It's not meant to be a lonely thing. You have Investing Note community, you have these trading experts. To join a community and then actually having the accountability of one another helps you to be disciplined in trading as well. And then we hope that, for us, Ocgen, that having this Kopi Money Challenge series, really that is to tell you that you're not alone in trading the DLC. You have these experts here, and you have a whole range of community members who are also trading the DLCs that you can learn from. So we do hope that you will join us on this DLC trading journey as well. All right, I'll end here as well. Unless Ethan or
Can I add one thing?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. If you trade DLC, it's best you have a community. Dylan, you agree, Dylan? When last time when we started, when we have a group of traders, when we trade together, it helps you to learn faster, number one, and we support each other. Correct?
Yeah, exactly. Yes. More fun. Yeah, more fun to trade together.
Yes.
You have the different principles, Henry's principle of momentum. I don't know what law for channel momentum. Okay, a lot of people, all contributed by different community members, I believe. So that definitely.
Yes, it's really true. It's really true. If you trade with yourself, right? You learn slower. You trade together, you learn faster. Yeah. So that is what I can see from my community. Yeah.
Thanks, Lynn, for sharing. And I think over the years, the community actually really grew. And glad that you're actually part of the DLC journey as well, because I think DLC is a leverage product, and sometimes it is not as easy to understand as compared to normal equities, but it takes a bit of time. But of course, with training and with the proper techniques, right, and principles, then people can be profitable, right? So I want to thank you for that. So of course, back to the challenge, right? So if you're seeing this from YouTube or on our website, investingnote.com, the link to participate in the quizzes and rewatch this webinar is actually either on the top or the bottom, right? There's a link to it, right? It's events.investingnote/Kopi Money Challenge. So I urge you guys, those who have not done the quizzes, go and just click the answers. Really simple. Right. If you can't find the answers, please go to SocGen website, dlc.socgen.com. Right. Okay. So I think for today, we'll end here. If there's any questions, please put your comments into the post below. And I think Lynn will actually, try her best to answer it. Right. And it will still be counted as, chances as well. Okay, that's the beauty of this campaign. So we will end here, and we'll see you in the next webinar, which will be on the next Tuesday, on the 22nd, if I'm not wrong. Let me check the date. Just 24th, right? 24th of October, 6 p.m. with Dan Chang. All right, we'll see you. All right, thanks everyone. Marcus. Thanks, Nick.
Thank you.
Thanks, Dylan. Thanks, Lynn.
Thank you, Dylan.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you,
Bye-bye.
Marcus. Thank you, Ethan.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.